Hey, y'all. Oh my goodness. So I I almost was late because I was taking a moment to do a real quick reflections of a almost 40-year-old video that I've been doing this month. And I realized I was like, oh no, it's 7 o'clock. So let's get into this. Hey, guys, this is Intentional Living Podcast with SonjaW, and I'm back again to assist you with starting off your week with a little less chaos. Okay, so I cannot wait to do this thing. I'm gonna cop on Instagram. Y'all, listen, I got so excited. I was like, oh, I'm here a little bit early. Let me do one of my quick little reflections, and next thing I knew, it was already 7 o'clock. And I am but anyway, y'all, super excited. And we're about to go live on Instagram as usual. But I am so excited. I am actually really excited because let me tell you something. My birthday is this week. Hey, y'all on Instagram, if you're hopping on, we got started. Listen, y'all, I had started doing my little reflections of a almost 40-year-old videos, and then next thing I knew, it was 7 o'clock. So I'm a little late today. Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody coming in. But anyway, guys, I hope that you had an amazing week. And we're going to get right into the podcast today. Okay, so as usual with Intentional Living with SonjaW podcast, we break down a couple of things. We talk about one good thing that happened to us last week, right? Because we know that when we reflect on what is good, that we have an awesome, and even better a chance of doing something grand this week, right? We actually believe that if something good happened last week, then that means that something good can happen this week if we plan, right? So we're going to talk about one good thing. We're going to talk about what's on the docket, okay? What are you doing this week? Because that's the whole point. That's the whole entire point to this podcast, to help you and me plan for a good week. Okay, so we're going to break down a couple of things that's on our docket. If you would love to, as you're hopping in, if you would love to tell me what's one good thing that happened to you last week, if you would love to tell me what's on the docket, we're going to get into it. And then after we break down those couple of pieces of your week, then we're going to talk about the intentional topic of the week. And hey, y'all, those who are on Instagram, sorry, y'all don't get that part. Go on over to YouTube, go on over to Facebook, and we will catch y'all up. But y'all, I am so excited. Hey, y'all on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you are, I see you. I see the people coming in. But I'm so excited. Let's get into the one good thing. So my last week for me, okay, it was just, well, first of all, it was stressful. Because I'm going on vacation this week. And hey y'all, I see y'all on Instagram. I'm going on vacation this week, right? And of course, I don't know if this happens to y'all. I don't know if this is the thing that happens to y'all. But as soon as you're about to go on vacation, everything goes crazy at work, right? Literally everything. So this past week at work was intense. But I still had some good things that happened. And one of the main good things that happened was that it was my brother's birthday. So one of the cool things about my brother and I is that we have a birthday in the same month. We get to celebrate together. Now, growing up, my brother didn't like it too much that his birthday is on the 19th. My birthday's on the 24th. My parents would typically celebrate our birthdays together. And that meant that I would get to celebrate my birthday early. So my brother didn't really like that all the time, but it's fine though. We're happy about it now. But anyway, I got to celebrate my brother's birthday. We went to dinner with a bunch of his friends friends and family on Saturday. And that was really cool. And then also I got to hang out with my niece and nephew. I even spent the night at my brother's house just to spend some time with my babies, because those are my homies, my niece and nephew. Oh, and if I do say so myself, they're geniuses. Okay. My niece actually beat one of my brother's friends in tic-tac-toe twice, twice at dinner. My is a genius, okay? She's a genius. Anyway, so this week, despite all of the craziness at work, it was an amazing week of celebration. And now this week is about to be full of celebration. Okay. Before we go on to that, I would love to know, what is one good thing on your life that happened last week? Definitely let me know on Instagram or let me know on YouTube. I would love to know. I would love to celebrate with you. Definitely go ahead. If you're catching this on the replay, you can put it in the comments. If you're catching this on Spotify, put it in the comments. Do all the things, okay? Because I want to celebrate those good things with you. Because when we take time, excuse me, to actually celebrate what is good, we actually see our lives transformed. We see things happen in our lives a little bit differently. Okay. All right. Now, the next thing is, what's on the docket? So, as I said, the whole point to this podcast is to help us organize our week so that we can actually get some stuff done during the week. Okay. So, for me, what's on the docket is celebrating. Okay. That's really what's on the docket for me. I'm going to be at work one more day this week, today. And then after that, I don't know what I do. All I'm going to do is celebrate. That's what I'm going to do. That is my job. Okay. Yeah. So yes. So and also making the decision if I'm gonna do a side part. Should I do a side part for my 40th? Should I? I'm trying to decide because I'm getting my hair done tomorrow too. So I'm trying to decide side part or my usual middle part. I don't know. So those are the types of decisions I'm trying to make. Okay. What am I going to eat at dinner when I go to dinner with friends? Or what am I going to what time am I going to wake up? Like those are the decisions that I'm going to be making this week. So I would love to know, what is on the docket for you today. What is your plan? Because again, it's so important that intentional folks, intentional people are intentional about every part of their life, including a schedule, including your day to day, your routines, the things that you do, right? And that is the key that I would love to see in every single person's life, that you are taking time to be intentional, because there's so much that you are to do in this earth. Like I don't know if you know this or not, that you're just not here just because. You're here on purpose in this season, in this time. You were born in this family. You had the experiences that you had. You have all of these different things on purpose, because whatever is good that God has for you, that is the thing that you are to be doing right now. So we have to be intentional with our moments, with our time. Okay. So again, we broke down what's one good thing, right? And I would love to see the comments. What's one good thing for you? What happened last week? And then 2, we broke down what's on the docket. What's on the docket for me? Celebration. Oh, I'm getting a pedicure. What else is happening? I'm telling y'all, I'm so excited. Okay. I'm so excited. So anyway, yes. So that is what's on the docket today. Okay. Now, let's get into this intentional living topic. Okay. Now, this week is going to be the last week of the series that we've been in these last 3 weeks. These last 3 weeks, the Be Rare series. So I always talk about the fact that we, as intentional people, are a rare breed, right? That everybody every year puts together a bunch of goals, puts together a bunch of things that they want to see happen in their lives. And then actual research shows that they forget what they are by February. That 80% of people forget their New Year's resolutions by February. Can you believe that? But we, as intentional people, as intentional living people, that's not us. We're rare. right? Because 20% is it's a little bit rare. We are folks that review our lives, activate our routines, our goals. We don't forget to reward ourselves, right? And today we're going to talk about evaluate, that intentional people evaluate or examine the next steps. Okay. So hey, y'all, if you're with me on Instagram, I'm about to shut this down. Y'all can ride on over to YouTube or Facebook at SonjaWCoaching. We're going to finish up over here. And if you're catching this on the replay, if you want to listen to it in the car, check it out on Spotify. I think I'm going to start looking to see how I can get on Apple Music and all those other places soon as well. So just be on the lookout for this podcast. It is every single Monday morning, and it is only 20 minutes. We in it and out 20 minutes because I'm not trying to waste y'all time. You're not trying to waste time because we're intentional, right? So anyway, let's get into this. Bye, Instagram. All right, y'all. So let's get into the intentional living topic of the day. So like I mentioned before, we've talked about being rare, right? We talked about reviewing. Last week, we talked about how we can activate our goals, how we can activate our routines so that we remember to do them. And we talked about the importance of reward. It's so important to reward ourselves and to actually be intentional about the rewards, because when we do, it actually motivates us in our goals. It motivates us to keep moving. And then also, it's important to celebrate. It's important to celebrate what's going on in your life, because when you celebrate, you have these markers. It's almost like, okay, so okay, I can't go too deep. But Moses had a staff. If you read the Bible, you know the story. He has the staff. He used the staff to part the Red Sea, all that kind of stuff, right? People who have those staffs back in that time, shepherds, all that kind of stuff. David had a staff, right? They would mark out major things that happen in their lives, right? They would mark it out on the staff. So it'll be a place of remembrance so that they can know, oh, with David, he was able to take care of a bear, was it a tiger? I don't remember. And tigers, oh my. Anyway, he was able to tear down all these people. So he knew he could do Goliath. He knew he could kill the Goliath, right? Moses was able to know that his staff can cover him in the things that that happened in his life, because he saw that staff part the Red Sea, right? He saw that staff, or Aaron's staff, bud with flowers and almonds, right? Like they had memories etched into those staffs. So that's why it's so important to reward yourself, okay? I actually didn't talk about that last week. New nugget. But so this week we're going to talk about the last letter in rare, and that is to evaluate or examine. Now, remember I said that intentional life is a life of reflection, right? Intentional life is truly a life where you're looking back and also looking forward in a systematic way. And it's so important that we do evaluate our lives regularly, because how do we know that we're living by the values that we desire to live by if we're not looking back? Right? If we're not looking at what our life looks like, how do we know that we're hitting our goals if we're not actually paying attention to them? Right? So it's so important that this life, this intentional life, is a life that you evaluate. And I want to just give you 4 quick questions that you should ask yourself when it's time to evaluate your goals or your experiences. Now, I typically do this type of evaluation type of thing. I actually really do evaluate almost every day. Like I'm looking at what I did for the day, all that kind of stuff. I say almost because I'm not perfect. I'm not always going to do that, right? But every quarter, I am taking a deep dive right into what happened that quarter, right? And I call that the reset. If you're interested, you can look at my website and get in contact with that. But besides the point, I do this reset, And a part of that reset is evaluating. And in this evaluation, I'm asking myself these questions. So I'm doing other things, but I'm giving you the key 4 questions that I ask myself whenever I'm evaluating a goal that I hit or didn't hit. Okay. Whenever I'm evaluating just an experience, if something was significant in my life that happened, I'm looking back, right? So the first question is, did I accomplish what I set out to do? Why or why not? So listen, that is a serious question, okay? It's especially hard when you actually did not accomplish what you set out to do, right? And that's fine. I think the key thing, or I know the key thing to an intentional life is to not live by the goals, right? Not live by the goalpost, if you will, if you will. But to live by your values and the goals that you've set up should push you closer to the ideal of that value, right? So if you don't make it, yes, it sucks, but this is a learning opportunity. We live a marathon, not a race. So a missed goal is not the end of the world, right? But a missed goal that you did not evaluate is, I would say, probably the end of the world because you're not learning from your experience. So it's so important. Did I accomplish what I set out to do? Asking that plain question, did I accomplish it, really puts it in your face, right? Really says, okay, I hit that or I did not hit that. Why? Why not? Because there could be a legitimate reason, right? The second question I ask is, what good came out of this? What can I be thankful for? Again, it's so important to be thankful. It's so important to have gratitude, even in the failures, because it sets you up to have this ability to be resilient and actually get to the next step. The next thing is, what lesson can I learn from this experience? So, looking back over the experience, what lesson can I learn? What can I glean from this? Right. So, for instance, I talk about this a lot. I've talked about this in a couple of different places. I used to always injure the same knee the same way when I work out. And that would knock me out for like weeks on end. And in this evaluation space, when I actually took my own reset seriously last year, yeah, I'm ashamed to say last year, and I've been teaching this for a while. I do it, but sometimes you don't take your own self seriously sometimes. But anyway, I actually took that seriously and I realized that I'm not going to be able to hit the goals that I want to hit alone. So let me get a trainer. That was the lesson that I learned in that goal. So what lesson can you learn from the experience? And then the final thing is, what now? Now, what am I going to do with this information? Right? Because you did all this work and now you have a choice. You have a choice to decide if you're actually going to take the next step, if you're actually going to move forward. Or you could have done all that work and put it somewhere, wherever the rest of your goals are. But we're not like that, right? We're rare. So we have our goals in a very good place, perhaps a life plan. I don't know. But this is the time that you make a choice. You make a choice to either go right back at that goal and hit it hard again, change up some things to make sure that you can hit those goals, or let the goal go. That's also an option. That is also an option. So those are the key things that I do typically whenever I'm evaluating a experience or goal, right? What did I accomplish what I set out to do? Why or why not? What good came out of this? Is there a place for thankfulness? Well, there's always a place for thankfulness. What can I be thankful for? What lesson can I learn from the experience? And now, what am I going to do with this info? Okay. So that is it for today. All right. Now we're going to get into the Dreamboost Prayer. Let's go. Lord, show us to live an evaluated life. Help us to look deeply and come out with the good, the lesson, and the next steps. Show us, oh Lord, when we look back, we can grow better for the next. Thank you in advance for this new knowledge. All right, y'all. That's it for today. I hope that this was good for you. Make sure that you are living your life rare. Okay? Be rare, y'all. Because when you're rare, you actually see amazing things happen. Okay? All right. Bye, y'all.